All right, fellas, let's go ahead and dive into session 26 of Trouble in Theondir. In the previous session, we left off just as our adventurers were heading north on their journey to the Island of Gaeranord with its capital city of Nora Death, in search of the Vambrace of Silus. Having been invited to join Captain Gruloth for lunch, the group departed their room, only to be stopped cold by the mysterious girl that the group had smuggled on board, now standing before the group members and calling to each of them in their thoughts. Caroline, through use of his amulet, would make contact with the girl in an altered state and learn a great deal about her. That her name is Helianthus, that she is the granddaughter of Helga, the crazy old man who gave the ring perichoresis to Bholen in Haldu Harbor, that she suffers under some kind of curse, and that she serves the function of a key of sorts. Moreover, as the girl once again fell catatonic and Caroline emerged from his trance, the group would discover an odd birthmark on her back, a geometric shape that looks similar to the circular face of a sunflower, a mark eerily similar to one Bholen observed on the neck of Genevieve in Mittendorf. With a flash of insight, Niv would connect this shape to the shape of the city to which the group was heading, speculating about how the mark and the key may in fact be something of a map. Eventually, the group would make their way to the captain's quarters, passing the stairway to the hull of the ship, out of which wafted a horrific smell. Upon arriving at Gruloth's door, Grogil insisted that the first mate Sallyward follow him down to investigate. Lo and behold, they would find a dirty, scraggly, gnomish figure named Nibbins, helping himself to some of the ship's supplies, his fingers in a couple of open jars, what would turn out to be the disgusting dish called Fermi-Fish. Unable to read the labels of the jars, Grogil would grab a random one, crack it open, and pour the contents into his gullet. The noxious odor of the extra Fermi-Fish would consequently drop everyone to their knees in violent, uncontrolled retching. As the group began to head back to the luncheon, Grogil would linger behind, just long enough to crack open one of the crates with a potion bottle branded onto it, pocketing 6 bottles of a potion that had some warning label on it that Grogil was unable to read, what would turn out to be potions of Dimension Whole. As the meal kicked off, the captain asked the guests if they had brought anything to contribute to the meal, as is custom of new sailors. Grogil did not lose a beat in offering the captain a mug filled with one of the potions that he had stealthily poured in. Downing the drink, the captain would collapse to the ground, momentarily passing out. With the captain having come to again, the group would endure a tense meal that was eventually interrupted by the sound of loud thuds against the hull of the ship. The air had suddenly gotten incredibly cold, unnaturally so, as the ship began to enter into an ice flow that had popped up without warning. In front of the ship was a dark wall of storm clouds had suddenly appeared there. Niv, having turned his familiar into an albatross, sent it off flying high into the air to get a glimpse of the storm from above, what would turn out to be a small, rotating circular squall with spiral arms similar to the geometric shape of the face of a sunflower. Immediately, Grogil felt his dark breastplate constricting around him, making it difficult to breathe. At the same time, Caroline, still in the room with the girl, would be overcome by a vision of the sunflower pattern that is the birthmark of the girl, with a golden line moving through it. The chunks of ice striking the hull were growing larger and larger as the crew had now fallen into a panic. With this, Grogil bolted down the stairs to the room where the girl was being held, determined to throw her overboard. He was temporarily stopped by Caroline, but finally broke free, pulling out one of his potions, pouring it on the floor, opening a black liquid portal, and casting the unconscious girl through it. As the portal closed, it was almost as if a miracle happened. The clouds above the group dissipated in an instant. The snow and ice disappeared. The storm was gone. All was calm and quiet again. And at the exact same moment, Bholen felt a sharp pain on his back as the birthmark of Helianthus was burned into his skin. After the events of the day, everyone was shaken up, and they decided to call it a night. Everyone, that is, except for Niv, who wandered down into the hull of the ship in search of Nibbins. Eventually, he would find the grubby bosun and attempted to intimidate him by clapping him on the shoulder with shocking grasp. Unfortunately, this would render Nibbins unconscious, and with nothing else to do, Nib would leave the gnome lying there on the wooden floor and head himself to bed.
Oh my god.
Oh, I forgot.
That's right.
My adventures, after a long and much-needed night of rest, after a dramatic and traumatic day, you wake up as the light beams from the rising sun on the horizon begin to meander their way through the cracks of your rooms, as your nostrils are once again filled with the pungent smell of seawater and Fermi-Fish. The day is yours. What would you like to do?
This is to get to where we're going. They said it was like a 2 or 3 day journey, right?
2 or 3 week.
2 or 3 week. Oh, geez. Okay. We've got
Rick.
some time.
Just sleep the entire way.
Oh, geez, Rick.
Everybody just stay in your rooms until we're there.
Don't cause any more trouble.
Nobody do anything.
I'm going to find a hammock and pull out my copy of Carnivore Carnival.
All right. An excellent book. Absolutely good. I mean, it's definitely deserved all of the accolades and the prizes that it's received.
Are we all in different rooms on the ship? Or do we
You guys split up. There were two of each of you in a room. So you were 2 and 2.
Who's in the room with me?
Yeah, we did.
I am.
Okay. Caroline, do you see, is the birthmark still that's still on me?
Yeah, well, let me take a look at it. Does it cover his entire back?
Yeah, pretty much.
Does it have can I see the line that I saw in my vision?
I mean, interesting, as you lift up his shirt in the back and get closer, you can see ever so slightly, faintly, the golden line is there. But as you get closer, your amulet begins to glow ever so slightly, and the line becomes bright on his back, as if there's a connection between the two.
Well, and what about your ring? What's it doing right now?
The ring is no.
What is it doing? Is it warm? Is it hot?
The ring is pretty normal. There's nothing strange happening with the ring.
So I'm going to kind of, by touching him, say it's still there. It's this big, and then I kind of want to take a real good mental picture of this line, because I know that it from Nib that it's the city that we're going to. It's the map, basically, right? And I know that that's kind of what this line is going to lead us toward.
That's what Niv.
Do I know that now?
Yeah, I mean, Niv, have
Niv
you
knows
told
that?
them your thoughts and your ideas from your studies?
Yeah, because sorry, I figured that out when I was standing there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I
would have told everyone about it.
I'm gonna just say, Bholen, I just want to get a real good picture of this, because I want to make sure I remember it in case something happens to you or whatever.
I mean, should we write it down?
And there's
somebody
wrapping up your back.
has paper.
Get a crayon, take off the wrapper.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we have some time and we'll figure it out. But for now,
does it hurt? Am I in pain at all?
The pain has sort of subsisted. It was incredibly painful when it first was burned in, as if you were branded. But the pain has sort of subsisted over the night.
Were you able
as you rested?
Were you able to rest, Bholen? I mean, it's that painful. It sounds like you'd be difficult to sleep.
It wasn't a great night of sleep, but
yeah, I'm able to put myself in a trance and meditate the pain away.
There you go.
So, just a quick question, Matt. When you rest, you get all your hit dice and hit points back, right?
You get half your hit dice back on a long rest. Yep, and all your hit points back.
Half that you have used, or half of your total?
Half of your total, I believe.
Okay. Yeah. So if you have 5 and you use 2, you would get those 2 back. Okay. Yeah, you're back to 5.
So I tell Bholen, about my amulet, that as I get closer to this thing, my amulet glows, which implies that there's some nuance of undead or something that's involved with this. And I don't understand. One, I have lots of questions. One, I don't understand why it was burned on your back. Two, why?
Are you guys
Maybe
discussing this like in the group?
we're in our room, but I was
Yeah.
just gonna say maybe we should meet everyone on the top deck and get everyone else's thoughts. Maybe something happened to them while we were sleeping, and
Well, I
so
kind of wanted to talk to you, just the two of us now, because there's some kind of connection here, and I want to, we can. I'm just worried that if my analyst is going crazy with this thing, that it's leading us in. Should we or should we not assume that it's leading us to one of the Vambraces? You know what I mean, or is it leading us somewhere else? I mean, do we know, by the way, that Grogil's armor constricted him while everything was going on, or did he?
I don't know if Grogil had mentioned that.
I don't think he did.
I don't think so.
Nope.
Okay.
Actually, Matt. So we're all kind of together now, or
No, not yet.
No,
guys-
you guys are
not
still
yet.
in your rooms.
I'm gonna go up out of my room, out to the deck of the ship, and take the armor off and throw it in the ocean.
Okay, give me a d20 roll.
Why?
Do it.
Yeah.
He can't do it.
See if you can figure out which way is up.
18.
18. As you go to pull the armor off, Grogil, it doesn't seem to budge, as if it's magically infused with you in some way or another. And you pull it, you yank it, it doesn't come off.
With an 18?
With an 18.
Wow.
Okay, I guess the armor's sticking with me.
Powerful shit.
Yeah.
And Jen, on page 43, you're reading, and the fangs of him dug into her back as the blood began to drip down her back. The other animals jumped on and ripped her to pieces as the others stood and laughed in the distance. It's a really good book.
Matt.
That's a weird Harlequin romance novel.
Page 43, you say.
His name is Stumpy.
Stumpy, yes.
Stumpy.
How does he turn the pages? Wait a minute.
Oh, yeah, I must be reading it.
On this Kindle.
His tongue.
With that mustache.
So I don't know if I told everybody else about my vision. I think I did. I'm gonna go. I want to ask Bholen about that.
Are we all gonna get together though?
Yeah, fine.
So you guys start heading up to the deck
Yeah.
there?
I'll head up. We'll head up to wherever, like the captain's quarters or wherever we eat or whatever, like the meeting space.
Yep.
I'm
You
on
can
the
head
deck.
up right in front of the quarter deck where the captain is usually down below, right below that.
Get some food.
You can gather there around the mizzen mast.
Yep.
Do we lose
And as you
Tim?
get, yeah,
I heard a kid holler.
Oh,
He might be.
okay.
So do we see Grogil trying to take his breastplate off?
Yeah, as you guys get up there, Grogil's over there by the end of the ship. You don't see exactly what he's trying to do, but he seems to be struggling with something.
So
Matt, you better let me take that armor off. I'm gonna do something real dumb.
You pull out the Morning Star on yourself.
Even dumber. Even dumber.
So I'm gonna walk over to Grogil and say, "What are you doing? What's going on? Are you okay?"
I want the armor off. It constricted me.
Oh,
It's evil, and I don't like magic. Even though I'm a wizard, Harry.
Is there some sort of dispel? Maybe a magical concoction of some sort?
yeah. We should talk to
Like,
Never
can you dissolve metal somehow with acid? Maybe dragonborn acid breath or something? You want to just vomit on him?
Yeah, just try and puke on it.
Use
I
one
can
of
I could
those,
shove a piece of dynamite in there.
use one of those
Close it
fancy
off.
potions and
There you go.
teleport it off you.
If you smear it on your chest or something,
Don't tempt me.
your hands disappear.
See, what do we got here?
Hmm.
Yeah, I got that one stick of dynamite left. That'll work, maybe.
So are we all together?
I mean, what do we? Or is it the morning?
Yeah.
I assume
Yep, so
we
it's
just sleep
early
through
in the
night.
morning. Yep.
Morning of the second day.
Was Nibbins anywhere around on our way up to the...
Ooh.
You haven't seen Nibbins, no.
You're obsessed with Nibbins, dude.
How far from the coastline are we? Can we see the coastline as we're traveling north?
You guys have you headed out slightly northeast, so you're the coastline's gone. I mean, you're quite a few miles out now.
Okay.
So it's just water around you. Yeah.
They got any beer on this boat?
Well, I'm sure they have a few barrels down if you go check.
All right, I'm going downstairs to check for beer.
Probably got
All
rum and lemons.
Yeah, Grogil gets down there, and sure enough, I mean, there's a bunch of crew members that are eating breakfast there, and I mean, sure enough, there are a couple kegs of various ales and indeed rum as well.
Are these by the potions?
No, this is a separate area where they're eating.
Okay.
The cargo hold is even one level down.
I'm gonna start sitting with them and drinking and asking if I can have something to eat.
All right, they see you come over, and hey, grab a seat here, and they start pouring you some ales and getting you some bacon and some food, and yeah, tell us your story. They want to hear all about your background, your backstory, who you are, because there's a lot of interesting word that has been going around the ship, especially after the incident of the previous day. There's some curious sailors on this ship.
I just keep eating and drinking. I don't tell them anything.
Trago,
Mostly because I don't remember.
Trago, can you roll me a d20, please?
All right. That's a nat 1.
A nat 1. Oh, wow.
Nat 1.
You just shove your own finger up your butt.
Strangely enough, it's given the
kink shame me.
coldness of the day yesterday, it's actually extremely hot today and humid. So an extreme contrast from how it was yesterday with the ice and the snowstorm. So it's actually quite a warm day. You see in the distance some clouds are starting to gather up from the heat and the humidity. Could be stormy weather on the horizon.
Matt, from like knowledge, do we have any knowledge about like traveling this area of the ocean that we're in? Is it like dangerous? Are there like sea monsters that would be attacking us possibly, or pirates or anything? Or
give me a history
You just
roll.
rolled a natural run. Like, no.
all right, that's better. That's a 17 plus history.
Yep.
Wait, I don't see history. So 20, not natural.
You've heard before of tales of certainly pirates on these waters, savages, particularly brutal pirates, and of course sailors always tell tales of sea monsters, especially in the cold north, monstrous sea monsters. But there's not much in the history book, so a test for that. That's mostly just tales of sailors.
Okay. All right.
All right, Matt, back to me just for a quick second.
Yeah.
Hey.
I go to the guys I'm drinking with and I go, "You want to see something cool?" And I take out a potion and
Whips
pour it on
open
the
his
floor.
trench coat.
You put it on the floor.
Yes.
Nice. Right next to them, or what? On the table or on the floor?
No, like a little. I don't want to push anybody into it or anything. I'm just showing them.
All right, so you pour this grayish liquid out on the floor, and it makes this dark circle immediately, and they sort of look at it as if confused, right? There's no light coming out of it. They don't quite understand what it is.
I don't really know either. Right?
No.
That's it. Like, that's pretty cool, right?
And one of the guys goes over and like sort of drops a bit of a piece of bread into the pool, and it sort of disappears into this dimension. They sort of step back, sort of amazed, like still confused, like what is this thing? And then after a couple of seconds, it begins to dry up, and the portal closes up again. Mark that potion off your inventory.
I did.
Good.
Hey, Matt, are there, have I seen, or I guess I can go exploring too, any other animals that are on the ship, like any in the cages, or any birds that fly around the ship?
Are you going to go take a look around right now, or are you?
Well, yeah, I'd like to. I mean, at some point, I do want to try to find other animals around the ship. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
Niv's albatross is magical, so that doesn't
Oh, yeah, I
count
forgot about that.
for me.
Give me a quick investigation roll.
Also, is this ship like the size of the Titanic or something?
I got a
ship.
15, Matt. 15.
15. Okay. I mean, you're able to follow some of your the scent of some animals, and sure enough, they do have some birds that are in cages that are meant to be sort of sent out like messenger birds in case of emergency or things like that. You smell what smells like pigs. But you end up discovering that in the back of the kitchen area, there's actually some slaughtered pigs that have been salted. Nothing actually living at this point.
Okay. So no,
Some
and the
barrels of
birds are
fish.
mostly like pigeons,
Yeah, it's like carrier pigeons.
hairy pigeons. Okay.
Yeah.
What about like? I mean, I guess we've only been on the ship for a short time, but birds that are flying near the ship. I mean, usually there's like other birds that are flying around, whatever.
I mean, you have some random birds pretty high up, following you around, looking for excrement or things that jumped out of the ship, right, that they could pick up and eat.
Right. Okay. All right. Thanks.
At this point, as you guys are having your discussion, you see that Sallyward walks out of the captain's quarters along with the captain. They kind of stand by the railing looking down at you guys and begin to talk between the two of them, sort of occasionally glancing back down at you guys as you're in your circle. What do you guys want to talk about together?
I mean, I want to show everyone, if they haven't seen it, my back. Like, this just got tattooed on me last night. Because I don't know, I don't think I know that, or do I, that, what's her name?
Helianthus.
Oh, yeah, that she's gone, do I?
Did you see it?
Weren't we?
I don't think I saw it. I didn't see it.
Me and
That
Caroline were there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't think
so
I
I
was
would know.
there.
Three of us.
It happened down in the room, yeah. Caroline
Yeah.
jumped on Grogil to try and
That's
prevent
right.
him and held him down for just a brief second before he broke free.
So I assume Caroline
didn't-
would have told me.
Didn't I
Yeah, I mean,
ask
I would-
what happened to her though when we all got back together?
Might have.
Yeah, so we can assume that I know,
Yeah.
or that we all know.
It was a pretty strange set of events there, and the shift, the rapid shift. All of you were seeking some sort of explanation somehow.
Yeah, because I had to have known about the potions because that's when they said Nibbins. He got it from Nibbins. That's when I went looking for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll show it to Niv because I know Niv's kind of the magic guy. My back, and say, does this mean anything to you with your history of magic and arcana and?
And does it? Can I tell it's the same exact thing as on Helianthus, or is it similar?
Give me an investigation roll.
10.
10. It's hard to say if it's exactly the same, but it's certainly similar, if not the same. But you can't tell if it's exactly the same.
And is the line, is that on this one, or is it just the sunflower?
Yeah, it is.
The line's there,
It
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, based on what I know, I believe this is a way through that city. But if we need a map through the city, that to me means that the inhabitants of the city, we wouldn't be able to ask them where to go, which means this has got to be hidden, right?
Well,
Did
first
we
off,
deduce that this is a way through the city or a way to the city via the ocean? Like, is this like a nautical map, or is it is this a map of the city? Is
Well,
that
we
what
can-
we?
It was both, wasn't it? It was a way through the storm, and it was a way through the city. Maybe, possibly.
Okay. So we don't know for sure.
No. But to me, if there's a magical map, I think it would be logical to say that we couldn't just ask some wharf master about it.
Wait, do we know what the name of the city is that we're going to?
Nora Death, right?
Nora Death?
Yep. Nora Death. Yep.
Jen, are you there? Are you with the group?
See, yeah, that's because I joined later. Like, would they have explained all this crap to me? And do I even know what the Vambraces of Silus are? That's what we're after, right?
I mean, I would assume we've
discussed it at Truhamn.
We saved you out of the wagon before we got to town and
wait.
learned about them.
I'm supposed to be the guy, aren't I? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like, I want to show my back to Jen and say, you know, you're kind of the seafaring guy. Does this map look like something you'd see on like a nautical something or other?
Jen, give me a history roll there for you, with your history of nautical experience.
Is that a 20?
Add your and then add your history bonus.
Okay, 10 plus 1, 11.
11. I mean,
and I have an intelligence of 8. So
for you, this kind of map, if it is indeed a map, is nothing that you're familiar with nautical. Nautical
so
things.
it looks like
anything,
a map of the city.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything. Any of the nautical maps that you've been using in your own travels.
Like I at that roll, I would at least notice like lines of latitude and longitude that I assume you'd want on a nautical map, if that even exists. I don't know.
Hold on one second, guys. As you're continuing to talk, Trago, you feel a bit of a pull on your shirt, and you see that Sally Ward, as you guys call him. Sally Wad has walked down the stairs from the quarterdeck and has grabbed your arm and sort of moves his head like this, pointing over to the captain. Captain locks eyes with you and turns around, walks back into the quarters, and Sally Ward turns and walks back up the stairs. And let me actually see. Let me give a roll here to see how stealthily he does that. Not super stealthily. I mean, you guys see him walk down the stairs. You don't see him grab Trago's arm, but you see him walk next to Trago and then walk back in, and you see the captain also moving back. Okay. So back to the group anyway.
I'm going to wait like 30, 45 seconds, and then I'm going to try to stealthy as I can back out of the conversation real quick. And
hey, Niv, didn't you kind of infer that this thing that this design that's on the back of Bholen is the map of the city that we're going to?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
That was to the best of my knowledge, that's what it seems like it is.
Okay. So, and how can we, I don't know that we can assume that it's leading us to the thing that we're looking for. It might be leading us because...
Well, it's got to be leading us to something that's hard to find. Because if it was easy to find, you wouldn't need a magical map to get there.
Right.
True.
Right, yeah.
But it isn't necessarily one of these Vambraces, right?
No, that's a good point.
No, it seems like it'd be a little bit easy, and to have such a valuable item in a populated area seems weird to me. It seems like you'd stick it in a cave somewhere.
But if my amulet is going crazy around it, that implies to me that it's not great. Unless, of course, these Vambraces are also infused with this magic or the undeadness that my amulet kind of reacts to.
Matt, do we know what they look like? The Vambraces? Have we seen like a renditioning of it or something?
They go like on the forearm.
And does it?
Yeah, you've never really seen depictions of them, but you see they cover the forearms, and you know that each one of them has two different stones that are inset into them. So you've never actually seen like sketchings of them, but you know at least that the that the Vambrace of Silus belongs to the right arm, and it has this sort of sapphire, blue sapphire, that large sapphire stone into the metal. And the other Vambrace, the Vambrace of Eldian, has a ruby, a red stone that's inset into it. That's for the left arm. And these are the two Vambraces that were given to the two sons, Silus and Eldian. The right arm of Silus, the left arm of Eldian.
What's going on?
Yeah, we all can see you.
Then we have the
I
other
don't
issue. The other issue of Grogil's armor. I mean, I told everybody.
I don't care.
Okay.
Let him deal with it himself.
At this point, Trago
He'd
has
kill us
slipped
for
away
it.
from the group, and none of you have noticed this. Trago has sort of backed off out of the group. You guys are too busy talking, trying to figure out this mystery.
I'm not too concerned, considering we're on a boat.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much. There's
So
not
honestly,
much.
what I want to do is go to probably the bow of the ship and just meditate to Lathander
Okay.
and just try to get some insight as to what I can do with this, what it might be, how I can utilize it. Nothing we need to narrate, but just kind of, I'm just trying to understand. I want to understand what this is.
Sure. So, Bholen, you set yourself down on the bow of the ship and begin to meditate. It's a beautiful warm day. The sun is shining on you in your meditations. And we'll come back to you in a little bit and see if there's any visions that Lathander is giving you at this point.
I'm going to kind of do the same thing on the aft of the ship, and I just kind of want to meditate and think about the vision I had, but then also try to mentally search out like another companion, another animal companion.
Okay. Sort of sending out some sort of
just see if there's
energy
even if
vibes
it's
to
like a
the natural world around you.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Good. How about you guys give me a few minutes here with just Trago, if you can take off your headphones. I want to talk a little bit with Trago here. So Trago, you see the captain turn around, and you see Sally Ward follow him into the captain's quarters, and you're able successfully to sneak away from the group, no one noticing you. What do you want to do?
I do make my way following Sally Ward and the captain, see where they want me to go.
Okay, both of them step back into the captain's quarters at this point, and close the door behind them. You come up to the captain's quarters, and there's the door that's closed in front of you, and they've stepped inside just before you.
Okay, have I been in here before? Have we been in this room before?
You guys were in there eating lunch, actually, just the day
All right.
before. Yeah.
And I don't notice anything different. There's no...
You in perception check?
Yeah. Ooh, not great. That's going to be a 7.
Looks about the same as it was yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah, no difference.
As I step in and they close the door, I look to the captain, and I actually wanted to speak to you myself, Captain.
That's good. We have a lot of questions for you, Trago. And you see that both of them are standing around this table. And as you get closer to the table, you notice that everything's been cleared off the table. There's no food left. There's nothing there. The only thing that you see sitting on the table is a single silver dagger.
Okay, do I recognize the dagger?
It's just a normal. It's a normal dagger that the captain would have. It looks like to be the captain's dagger. So it's nothing you've recognized, you've seen before.
Okay.
But the dagger's sitting there, and the captain is sitting there with his hands on the table, as is Sally Ward. And the captain says, "So, your questions first, and then I'll give you mine."
Okay, fair enough. How about a question for a question?
Fair.
All right. First question. What do you know of... Ah, shit. He just told me. What was the city called that we're going to?
Noradeth.
Noradeth. What can you tell me of Noradeth?
Well, it's known for savages of the north, the cold people of the north. Savages, I hear, but apparently some cultured folk were bringing some cultural products to them. But well, more than that, I don't know. What do you need to know?
I'm curious as to if you have a map of the city or the surrounding area.
We can dig in our archive here. I'm sure we got something we can pull up.
Perfect. Now, your question.
You seem to be a bit of a sensible man, Trigo, perhaps the most sensible of all of them. What happened yesterday? My men are at wit's end. There's some spooky stuff going on, and we need some answers from you. What is going on?
What was the question again, Matt? I'm sorry.
He's asking you about what happened yesterday. His men are utterly, confused.
As in regards to the storm, Captain?
Yeah, it's the storm and everything that happened there. Never seen anything like it.
I have to admit I haven't either, actually, but it seems that the weather is cleared, and it's a pretty fine day, actually, although maybe a little hot. I don't know what you want from me as to that.
And you see him leaning over a little bit closer, putting his hand on the hilt of the blade, and he looks at you and says, "Well, if you get any information for us, I would not want this to happen again." Something of a veiled threat to you.
I look him dead in the eye and I say, I assure you, we don't want this to happen either. But also, you would do well not to get on our bad side. I am a sensible man, but there are among us not sensible men.
You see him grab the blade with his hand. He pulls it up, and he jabs it into the table, letting it go, standing straight up, and he says, "Well, we have a deal then. I'll see if I can find your map."
And
Dismissed.
I will keep you abreast of any further information as it becomes available.
He waits for you to dismiss you. And as you're walking to the door, he says, "Oh, and one more thing. Don't forget about your gifts from the lady down in the cargo hold."
Thank you for the reminder.
Yeah, I'm dismissed, and he lets you walk out. All right, let's bring everyone else back.
All right, I'm gonna stealthily again make my way up to the group and kind of, not like get right into it, but kind of like just be a few feet off.
Sure. Yep. You guys are continuing your discussion, and you look over, and as if you just notice him as if you hadn't paid attention before. There's Trigo standing there, but you don't suspect anything. You didn't notice that he even left. And you guys are carrying on, and Trigo's there standing next to you. What do you want to say? Do you want anything else you want to talk about?
Oh, so I'm gonna ask Jin if he knows what the city of Noradeth looks like. If he has an idea of what the layout of the city is at all, or the area around it.
Question.
We can say this, Jin. We can say this that
it is a port city, right?
It is a port city. Yeah, he knows that. You've been there before, but it's a long time ago. But you do remember. I mean, it's a very striking city. You do remember that it is indeed laid out in this sort of circular formation. That the harbor goes right through the middle in these cliffs, and you remember this very strikingly. That the ships come into this at the very center of it, and then you're sort of there's these different elevators and hoists that lift you up to the top level of the city, but it's in a circular shape. Really cool. Distinct, interesting harbor. Yeah.
Okay. I'm glad my brain remembered that. Convenient.
All right. And we have a few more weeks left on our journey.
Yeah, you got about 2 more weeks yet.
We have enough, we have enough time to discuss this over the next 2 weeks.
Yep.
But I do believe that the captain is suspicious of us. So everybody be on.
You think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to obtain a copy of a map of the city so we have a little bit more information to work with. But until we have that, I think we just kind of have to, go with the flow and see what comes.
We can compare the map and the tattoo then. That seems pretty obvious.
Yeah.
And I guess if it changes, Bholen, I guess you'll feel it if you feel any differences in the map or anything.
Yeah, I'm not there.
Yeah.
How do we keep Grogil kind of entertained?
Well,
For 2.5 weeks.
Matt, I was going to say I have proficiency in brewer's supplies.
Oh, yes.
So I was going to check out the grog situation on the boat.
Okay,
I
yeah.
assume there's like a daily grog ration.
There is indeed, yeah.
I can get a growler of that and go drinking with Grogil.
I'm already drinking. I'm done.
Yeah,
He's already down there
he
eating
is,
breakfast,
yeah.
enjoying his ales and rums.
Yeah, I guess
showing some party tricks to the guys with his potions. He's down to 3 now, I believe. Is that right?
Yep.
So yeah,
I got the
I'm gonna
powerful
go.
one. He keeps checking to make sure I got it right.
I'm gonna go looking to get a growler full of grog.
And
Whatever
easily,
that might-
you can easily get your hands on that down in the kitchen area, and you see Grog sitting there telling stories to these sailors sitting around the table, and they are just entirely enthralled by him. And yeah, he's kind of the center of attention there, drinking his beer, having a great time. You see him setting a potion bottle down, empty potion bottle on the table, laughing away.
So, Matt, at some point, not necessarily at night or whatever, but the next day or two, knowing that Grogil has a potion that sends people to wherever. I know that he got it from somewhere on the ship, right?
Yeah.
Am I
You
aware of
suspect
that?
it anyway.
He said he got it from Nibbins.
Okay, so he said he got it from. I want to go on my own and try to find the other potions and.
Well, I was going to say, too, because it's just after our kind of breakup a little bit, Bholen is off meditating.
I am.
What's that?
I'm doing the same, but.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So whoever was still there,
Oh, I
I'll
thought
just
you
say
were
we
back.
have our supplies are ready for us down in the hold. And I start walking towards and to go grab my kit bag or whatever you would call it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just let Niv know or whoever's there that the supplies are down there and ready to
What?
go, and I go grab mine.
You're talking the stuff we brought with us? Or what's
The stuff from Lady Drelden?
Yeah, the gifts from Lady Drelden.
Yeah, the gifts. Our gifts are below decks.
Oh, do we know what those are?
I don't think we have 100% of an idea.
You guys have never actually. It was
stock
mentioned
of
when you
what
got on
we
the
have.
ship, but you've never actually gone down and opened them.
You got gifts?
Yeah. So I'm gonna go check out and see what's down there for us.
Okay.
I'm going to go with Trago, because I honestly completely forgot about that.
Caroline, are you going with them, or are you going on? It's kind of heading out on your own, Caroline.
No, I'll go with him, but at some point, I'll meditate, after this is over.
Okay, so Grogil's still drinking, and we've got Jen. You were with Grogil at this point. The other 3 of you start to head below deck. Bholen, as you are sitting and meditating, the sun is shining down on you, dancing off of the waters. You look off into the distance, and you can see it's a pretty calm day actually. As the waves, each of the small waves sort of crests, it catches the sunlight in just a really special way. It looks almost like the flickering of a flame of a candle. Hundreds of them out on the water as they crest and they flicker the light from the sunlight. And eventually you see these little flickers begin to join together. And there's sort of this light mist in front of the ship, in front of your face. And you look there and you see that the light shifts into something of it's hard to explain it, but it looks like a portrait, a painting of a sort. And on the painting, you see a single figure. Looks like he's wearing something of a long blue robe, holding a a blue orb in his hand, looking at you, if you were from the artist's perspective, with this sort of very stern but also rather playful look. And the shimmering kind of goes around him and eventually dissipates and disappears as the lights go back to the individual waves as you're meditating.
This is on the water. I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
Do I
Yeah,
recognize the face?
Give me an investigation check.
Nine.
I really want you to roll high. I really want you to roll high. Unfortunately, you don't recognize. Unfortunately, you don't recognize the face. But you, I think you're able to sort of remember it as a rather distinct vision that you had from Lathander, but you don't recognize the face.
It was for like a split second, or like was it there for like a minute, or?
It was about 30 seconds, yeah.
Okay.
It kind of, the lights formed into this image, this vision, and then sort of dissipated again. The lights
Just to let
separated.
everyone know the Vikings are losing 14-7.
Okay.
Shock.
Cares. So he's holding a blue orb.
Yeah.
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 In a blue robe.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a very regal figure. Looks to be someone incredibly important.
It's the single blue man group.
Okay.
Okay. The three of you, Niv and Caroline Trago, begin to head down into the basement, down into the cargo area. And sure enough,
any sign of Nibbins on the way?
give me a quick perception check as you're.
Ooh. I'm lucky if I find a doorway. 6.
6. You don't see Nibbins anywhere. The stench of Fermi-Fish is still sort of filling this space. You don't know if it's something new, a new can that's been opened today, or if it's just from everything from yesterday. There's not a lot of airflow down here. It could be just from yesterday. But you don't see Nibbins anywhere.
I got a
You guys
19.
walked up. Oh, you got a 19. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't see Nibbins either, Caroline, but you do notice that all the boxes and crates are stacked in very very orderly ways. They seem to be separated according to different kinds of contents. It seems you can see on the crates there's different kinds of brandings on them that would give you a sense of what's in them. And sure enough, as you guys walk down there, Caroline with a 19, you also notice that there is something of a crate, a box that's opened up, and inside you see individual burlap sacks with each of your names on cards, tags that are tied to them in these sacks. Apparently, the gifts that Lady Drellin had left you.
All right. I guess I'll grab mine.
It's open already though?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been opened. Yeah.
Does it look like there's anything missing? Maybe that it's like been ransacked.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay, come on, don't fail me now.
Ribbons.
That is a natural 20 with my investigation, so that's 26.
26.
Yeah.
Very clearly, you see marks of forced penetration open on the side. Clearly, the crate had been cracked open by somebody. It was not initially made
Don't
this
ever
way.
say forced penetration on a YouTube video.
Demonetized.
Right when I said it, I thought, oh, that Eric's gonna have a comment about that one.
Just trying to help you out, bud.
But with the 26, I mean, we could even say this, Trigo. With the 26, yeah, I mean, you can see there's some scratch marks, metallic sort of scratch marks that it looks like some sort of metallic device. Could have been a crowbar had been used to crack it open, but you can tell that this is not how the crate came onto the ship. And on the top of the lid, you can see there's also branded in there to the group. It says.
Okay. And do we each have a bundle then?
Yep, there's as you dig through, you see that all the sacks are there with all your names on them.
Well, how big is the box? Is it on the floor? Is it like the second row?
No, it's on the floor.
Third
It's on the
row?
floor. Yeah,
And
but it's
how
kind
big
of
is
sitting
it?
off by itself. It's about 3 feet by 3 feet by 3 feet, about 9 feet cubed.
And Niven's is like 2 feet tall.
Yeah, he's a little gnomish guy. Yeah, he's a little over 2 feet.
Do I see, is there like any stools or anything that could have been dragged over for him to stand on?
Interesting question. There is in fact a few other blocks of wood next to the crate.
Little fucking gnome.
Hold on, Matt. DM, do the marks, the scratch marks, do they look like they could have been made with a knife? Like the one in the captain had?
Possibly. I mean, it's hard to say. They look, yeah. Hard to say. I mean, there's a couple different scratches from the side. It's not a single scratch. It's a couple scratches.
Right.
Obviously, something was stuck under the nails to pop it out.
And
The
not,
lid.
do the bundles look like they were messed with, or just it was popped open?
Bundles look fine. Like, it doesn't seem like they've been
Bundles look
opened. No.
And if we were to put the lid back on the box, was there like room for something else to be in there,
Sorry.
or was it like packed full with
thought it
just
was
our
me.
bundles?
Great question. As you put the lid back on, yeah, it doesn't. The sacks don't come all the way to the top of the crate. So,
And are any other boxes look like they've been jimmied?
No, it looks pretty good, except for well, give me another investigation check, actually, Niv.
What do you mean by jimmied?
Forced penetrated.
10 again.
And
I got a 13.
you got a 13. There's one other box crate that seems as if it had been opened. Caroline, you notice this. Niv, you don't. It has a branding symbol of a potion on the side of it. It looks as if that crate, but that's over in a separate grouping. It's not next to this box, but over, in a separate grouping. It looks as if that had been opened, and the lid had been sort of very carelessly put back on.
Well,
It had not been penetrated well, you could say, in other words.
there's a joke there somewhere, but I'm going to leave it go.
You've got the episode title.
Eric knows all about force penetration.
I will
Well-
never give you my password.
I would say somebody's definitely been in here, but we don't know what they've taken because we don't know what was supposed to be in here. Are you able to track magical items, Niv? Can you find stuff if there was anything in there?
No.
I certainly can't. I don't know if clerics can do that.
I can't.
We asked Bholen.
Yo, guys, would someone go get Grogil, get him away from drinking beer, and we'll figure this out?
You really
Oh.
want to try and pry Grogil away from drinking beer?
Yeah.
Maybe you'll just pass out, and that problem takes care of itself.
If I get to kill someone, sure.
So gins. So maybe we should grab these, put these in a safe-ish place, and then go grab Bholen and Jin and go
Well,
talk to the captain.
Can we carry it all?
Yeah, is it?
There's got to be, 6 sacks here?
Yeah, I mean,
Plus-
they're not
plus
not
whatever
super
else.
heavy, but you can throw them over your shoulders. But they're pretty large.
Look what's in
Yeah.
the bag, you idiots.
Yeah, I want to look in my bag. I'll look in my bag.
As
Thank
you
you,
open
Paul.
the burlap,
I don't want to look at mine down here.
you don't.
It
Okay.
stinks, and I don't want other people
Yeah.
to see what's in it.
I wanted to get him back to our room.
It's like you're at a bowl game. You get like a watch and an iPad.
Free pen and some pad of paper.
I'm gonna
T-shirt.
grab my bag.
Are you gonna open it there, or are you gonna
Yes.
take a look at it right there? Sure. You open it up and glance in, and you see inside of it, Caroline. You see a very fancy sort of fur jacket and some fur pants, some boots as well.
It's your
some
dog.
winter clothing. No.
Ouch.
That's horrible.
What just happened?
The liner
There's
looks
your dog.
oddly familiar.
Sora.
Oh my god!
No, it's not. It's not Sora. This is, you know, Caroline. This is something like bear fur. It's not dog fur. So you're okay. But yeah, so it's very clearly a very nice set of clothing that you're going to need as you get into colder weather up in the north. And also, strangely enough, at the bottom there's a silver disc with some indentations in the middle of it. And there's a text that seems to be wrapping around it in Elvish. It looks like Elvish, at least. Do you know Elvish?
I know.
No. Okay. Yeah. So it looks like Elvish, but you can't quite read it.
Okay. And
That's all that's in your bag.
How big is it? Like that big?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
It isn't like a necklace or anything. It's just a.
It's just like a silver disc, and there's like this indentation in the middle that kind of dips down a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
So, did we see
Like a plate.
what was in
Yeah,
there?
kind of like a plate. Yeah. Kind of something like this actually, with a little smaller indentation in the middle. Yeah.
Did we see what was in his bag?
No, I think Caroline was just opening it and looking in it, right, and kind of digging around a little bit.
I would tell them. I don't have a problem with that.
Yeah.
All right.
So
they know.
the cold weather gear kind of jogs my memory. We left from the north side of the island, right? North side of Theondir.
Yeah, you were kind of the northeast area, not all the way north, but still kind of northeast-ish. Yeah.
Was it cold when we left?
It wasn't. No.
We talked to Lady Drillin saying that we needed supplies and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was going to provide us with.
It's
what
hot
we
and
needed.
humid today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hot and humid today. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna want to put this stuff on.
Yeah.
You guys still have about a 2-week journey heading north, so it's going to get colder eventually.
I'm just going to say, let's get this to our rooms, and then we need to go figure out who broke into our stuff and see what they took.
Yeah,
Preferably
I was just gonna
without
take my
Grogil.
bag and go back.
Or, like if the captain's suspicious of us, maybe we want to let this one slide. I know I'm metagaming because I'm not there.
Yeah. My worry is this, if it's something very important that we needed.
Like a map.
Yeah, like a map. So that's what I'm gonna grab my bag.
Does
I don't know if I
Jen
can
have a
grab two.
bag? Did the Countess
Yeah.
lady, whatever her name was, did she know about him?
Probably not.
That's a
Right?
good question.
Because that
I
was
think you guys told her about
before
him.
we left
He was in the
Theondir.
room.
with
She got a room for him.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay,
She
so there's
would have
six-
known that.
There's 6 bags then.
Yeah. And I mean, we can even say that, that she did know, and there's in fact a bag with Jen's name on it. So you know that.
Well, I'll grab my bag and then the smallest other bag and try to lift it and go bring it back to my quarters.
You're kind of dragging it. They're pretty large. This bag's pretty
I
small,
can
but
grab Bholen's.
Yeah, I'll grab mine and Jen's.
okay.
So does that leave me with fucking Grogils, the biggest one?
Oh, does it? I can try and get
I
it.
mean, I can
then.
grab Grogils. I'm sure I can carry more than 2 or 3.
Yeah, you're a Dragonborn.
right.
34 inches tall, bro. And then
I got it.
we have locks on our rooms that we're in.
You do, yeah. You have keys as well. Yeah. So you guys are heading back towards your room. Is anyone picking up Grogil and picking up Bholen, or are you
I
going
would
to
say-
leave
I
them
would
where
say
they are?
Pick up Bholen, but
Because
we leave
Bholen's
Grogil.
all the way outside, right?
He's out on the
Yeah.
bow of the ship, meditating
Well, I mean,
still.
Grogil must be near where we are because we're underneath the ship. So
Yeah, the kitchen's not far away. You can actually hear Grogil laughing and telling these stories and drinking beer and having a great time.
I do whisper to him, like, do we really want him with us? Because he will, at the drop of a hat, start killing people if he thinks they stole from us.
I love a picture of Grogil right now.
Yeah, that's
Frozen-
basically it.
Frozen
Now he
drinking a
knows,
beer.
Do we want him around other people though?
you know.
There's a lot of sailors.
let
in
him
that
make
group.
that choice. Let's just tell him what we're doing.
Lure him out. Free stuff.
So I'll go over to Grogil and say, Grogil, dude, found our bags. We're going to our room. Do you want to come with us and check out your bag?
I think he.
Grogil, you there?
Did you freeze?
Go.
Oh,
There he is.
The beer is down.
Kinda.
We'll come back to Grogil. He's still drinking
Yeah.
beer. Yeah, you guys make your way back to your
So,
rooms.
we don't have to go outside to get back to our rooms, right?
No, you're exactly. Your rooms are kind of in the second floor. So you come out of the cargo hold and you make your way up. Kitchen's on one side, your room's on the other side.
Are there like portholes or anything in our rooms?
No, not in your rooms.
Okay.
No, you can't see out.
Okay. Do we want to go look for the stolen items right now, or?
Well, what would we be looking for? We don't.
Well,
we
we'd have to
no
go
idea.
talk. It sounded like you thought maybe Nibbins was sneaking in. Did it look like somebody his size would be able to actually break in to that?
Well, it
You don't know.
looked like there was possibly some sort of booster wood at the base of that crate, because he wouldn't be able to. He's too short otherwise,
Right.
unless he's not actually that short.
But I did notice also the captain and Sally were speaking on deck earlier.
About
So
what?
we don't know.
What?
We don't know.
I would
but
expect them to speak together a lot.
They came up from. They came up from the cargo hold, didn't they? Yeah.
They came out from the captain's quarters in the
Oh,
quarter
from the
deck.
captain's quarters.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Should we go try to find where Nibbins is first?
Well, if we look through our bags, would we notice if anything was even stolen from the bags?
It didn't look like the bags to me that the bags were messed with. Just the crate was opened, and if there was something else in the crate, that was probably what was stolen.
was there only one crate from Lady Drelden, or was there more?
When you guys looked around, you only noticed that one that had the stamp there. Everything else had other branding marks on them. This is the only one that had the brand to the group.
Okay. Yeah. Should we go talk to? Should I go talk to the captain? Let him know that someone was in our.
Maybe it just needed to be inspected.
Yeah.
before it
I
went
mean,
on the
it
ship.
could be 100%
Like TSA
innocent.
for
Yeah.
TSA medieval
Yeah.
style.
yeah.
Or maybe Nibbins was just looking for
Yeah.
Fermi-Fish and happened
Yeah,
to
and
open
do
it
we-
and then was disinterested.
Or
Matt.
maybe Grogil's picked up some intel from these, drinking with the boys.
Yeah.
You know,
Do we one other question? Do we know? Because Grogil said Nibbins gave him the potions, right?
Correct. Yeah, that's what he told you guys.
Were we with him when he grabbed the potions?
No,
Like, do we
He
believe
was
him
by
that
himself.
that's? Yeah.
he was by
Yeah.
himself.
We all
Um,
assumed that, so we already kind of assumed that Nibbins is a little thief.
Yeah, which is why I tried to interrogate him last time.
Yeah, because you found him with the Fermi-Fish that he was eating it.
yeah, but you didn't do a very good job interrogating him. He passed out. Maybe he
Right.
is.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So should we go try to find Nibbins? See where he's at?
Nibbins is the key.
Yeah, oddly enough, you haven't seen Nibbins at all today. You haven't noticed him at breakfast. You haven't seen him on deck. You haven't noticed him below.
Do we know where the crew sleeps?
Yeah, the crew sleeps on the opposite side of the kitchen area, opposite side of where you guys are sleeping.
Okay.
But
There's a
Nibbins
bunch of-
doesn't have a room.
Nibbins doesn't have a room though. Yeah, he just sleeps in a hammock wherever he can find a space.
Oh, the poor
So-
bosun.
No.
Bosun's mate.
I'm gonna make my. I'm saying, Niv, you want to come and see if we can go find him if he's sleeping there? Maybe the captain's got him under guard or something. We can go talk to him.
I'm gonna go. I mean, I'm gonna go talk to the captain and say, "This is what we found. What do you know about this?"
Okay, so Caroline, you make your way up to the captain. Bholen, you are still meditating. Let me know if you want to do anything other than meditate, or if you just want to remain in your meditation. The other two,
Well, I mean,
yeah, up to you.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not really concerned with all of this.
It's below you.
Yeah.
Drama.
We haven't even told you about it, have we?
Yeah,
yet?
I don't really know anything is happening anyway, so I'm just kind of carrying on.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go to where the crew sleeps.
Okay.
There's
Yep.
Eric.
Well, because interact with an object.
Did Eric come back?
Unseen servant, Matt.
Yeah.
I can't see through it, right?
Yeah, that was a little bit loud, dude.
You have
It
the
says
details
I
of the
can-
spell there?
Well, it says I can mentally command the servant to move up to 15 feet and interact with an object. A servant can perform simple tasks that a human servant could do, such as fetching things, cleaning, mending, folding clothes, etc. But I would assume I have to be able to see what I'm telling him to fetch, correct?
Yeah, I mean, if you have to be able to probably describe it to him, I would assume. If he were like a real servant and you say, go get me this thing, if you're not clear what it is, then I'm not sure he'd be able to do it.
Okay.
Whenever Eric leaves and comes back, Skype kicks me out completely. It's weird.
It did that to me before.
I can't
Because
see him.
I agree with Trago, but it's probably not a good idea for us to just go rummaging through the crew quarters. Or at least be seen rummaging through the crew quarters.
Okay.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm.
there goes Paul. I could be
Oh,
unseen.
there he is.
I could sneak in there pretty easily, I think.
Because there's the cargo hold, and then like the quarters and the mess and stuff, and then like the captain's quarters, and that's all the stuff that's under
Yeah.
below decks. Is that right, Matt?
Yep, correct.
Okay.
How
we-
much crap do I have to go through to get to where the crew sleeps? Like, is it a lot of shit that I gotta walk through?
I mean, you
Thanks.
walk past the
That's
kitchen
all.
area, you see Grogil there, still drinking his beers and carrying on with the crew. But yeah, you can get past. There's a hallway on the side you can get past and get to the rooms.
Well, Grago, what did you decide to do? I mean, I came up and told you that we were going back to the rooms with our bags. What did you decide to do? You decided to stay there?
Yep.
Caroline, do you want to head up to the captain's quarters? Yep. Okay. Caroline, you get up there and the door's closed to the captain's quarters. But you can hear some muffled voices inside.
I'll knock on the door.
Okay. You hear the captain's voice. Enter. Who is it?
I'll tell him who it is and go in.
You step through the door, and there you see Sallyward and the captain in discussion. You see the table that you ate lunch on the other day completely cleared, except there is a single knife, a blade, stuck into the table with the blade into the wood, sitting vertical there. The captain looks over you and says, "What do you need, Dragonborn?"
Do you know, Captain? How our things are loaded in, or how, do you know who loaded them? Or I'm kind of curious as to how our things got on the ship.
I mean, we had a whole crew at Wharf 94 who loaded us up. I'm at the prerogative of Lady Drelden. I don't oversee any of that, though. You'd have to talk to the rest of the crew members.
Okay.
What's the problem?
Well, the problem is it looks like our box has been broken into, and I didn't know, maybe if I wanted to let you know, because it could be a member of your crew. I don't know. And if you had any insight into like who would be most likely to do something like that.
I don't. I mean, it could be standard procedure to check out what's coming in. I mean, we know the other items. It could have just been someone checking it out. I wouldn't worry about it, Dragonborn. We got bigger things to worry about than your box. You got your bag. You got your gifts.
Your box.
So I'll turn to Sallyworth and ask him, what does he think?
I defer to the captain on this one. I don't see any issue with this, unless you're missing something.
Well, we don't know that. So I'll turn to the captain and say, so what are the bigger issues you have to deal with?
Were you sleeping yesterday or what?
That was all taken. That was all taken care of. I mean, that's over. What do you got going on now?
We're heading north. I'm keeping my eyes open, but that was something that I've never seen in all my years on the ocean.
Well, that would make two of us, I guess. Seeing as I've never been on the ocean.
Something strange going on with this crew, but I got my instructions from Lady Treldon. We'll take you there. We drop you off.
Going on with this crew? What do you mean with this crew?
Yeah, I mean this group that we're taking. You all.
Oh, well. Believe you me, we're not here to make any trouble. That wasn't of our doing, but I'm glad we got out of it safely.
The only one I trust in this group's that half-orc. He seems to be the most reliable, just because he's the stupidest one.
Okay, well, that's an interesting criteria. So, all right, I just want to make sure you're aware of this, and I haven't seen Nibbins in a while. He where is he? What's going on with him?
Who?
Nibbins?
Nibbins.
The bosun's mate? Is that who he is? The bosun's mate?
Sally Ward turns to him and says,
Yes, the bosun's mate. The kid, the gnome who works with the ropes.
He turns to you, Caroline, and says, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
Okay, I'm sorry I bothered you, Captain.
Yeah.
Okay. I look at Sallyworth and I kind of go, "Is everything okay?"
And Sally Ward kind of like, when the captain looks away, Sally Ward kind of looks at you and like does one of these.
All right. So do I sense any kind of like Sallyworth is kind of doing this to him, or I get a sense that do I get any weird feelings or anything from
Give me
him?
an insight check. Give me an insight check.
11.
11. Seems like the captain's had a bit too much to drink today.
Okay. All right.
Like every day.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just say thanks and I leave.
And as you head to the door, Sally Ward stops you. Dragonboard. Wait. He runs back to the back of the room, and comes back with this a roll of parchment. And he stretches it out to you and says,
Please do pass this on to your friend Dragon.
Will do.
Dismiss.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And I'll walk out.
Jen, do me a favor and roll me a d20.
Uh-oh.
14.
14.
Crap.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. Continue on.
Matt, I'm gonna make my way up to the deck.
Okay, yeah. Grogil sort of comes, not stumbling up, but I mean he's had a great breakfast. We can say that. And the sailors have really sort of taken a liking to Grogil. I think you're becoming something of the ship's mascot at this point. You make your way up to the deck, and there you see Bholen is meditating. And no one else is there at this point. But after a couple seconds, you see that Caroline comes walking out of the captain's quarters on the quarterdeck, carrying a rolled up parchment of some sort.
Grogil don't give a shit about that. Grogil wants to go in the crow's nest. Is there a crow's nest?
There is a crow's nest, yeah.
I'm gonna climb up it.
Okay.
This could be
Do I see him
amazing.
do this?
Go ahead and give me an athletics check. I just want to try this out with the alcohol.
Disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Athletics.
No, Grogil can drink a lot.
No,
It's 20 with my bonus.
Okay, so no problem. You are able to make your way up the crow's nest without a problem. And as you begin to come right to the top, suddenly you see this guy up on top who, seeing you come around, is utterly startled by you. What are you doing up here? He shouts at you as you come up on top of the crow's nest.
What's your name?
What's my name? What's your name? What are you doing here?
I'm Grogil.
Why are you here?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, it does, because this is the crow's nest, and this is where I work. This is where I'm stationed.
I pick him up and throw him overboard.
Off the ship.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give me a strength check.
Oh. Broken neck.
Was this a human that was up there?
It's a
11.
human, yeah.
11.
Fucking nibs.
An 11. Oh, no.
Oh boy.
So as you try to throw him, are you trying to throw him overboard?
Yeah, in the water.
Yeah. You get him off of the crow's nest, but with an 11, he sort of wriggles out of your hand, and you don't quite get him over the side of the ship, and he plummets down and lands smack onto the deck.
Is he dead?
Lying there motionless.
Okay, I yell down. He tripped.
Insight.
Totally not suspicious at all.
And he's unconscious. He's out.
Do I hear this? Do I hear him hit the deck?
You suddenly hear this thump, and you hear the soldiers around, and the other crew members run over to try and help him out. And you see this guy sitting there motionless. You look up, and Grogil's staring down, saying, "He tripped."
He didn't trip.
Probably waving.
How far away from me did this happen? I mean, I was walking across the deck when I saw Grogil do this. Go up to the crow's nest.
It's about 30 feet in front of you.
God, okay. So I go over to this guy, and I'm going to check him out.
He is out.
He's out.
Do I see anything from up there?
I don't...
Give me a perception check.
Nat 20.
Nat 20.
Wow, don't use those up now.
Yeah,
22.
Right?
So, Grogil, as you're sitting there and you hear this commotion below from this sailor falling, whose name was in fact Terrence. Speak his name, don't ever forget it. As Terrence was thrown off the crow's nest and
Terrence
brutally murdered by you. You look into the distance, and you actually see on the horizon what looks to be 2 ships bearing down, heading in your direction.
I point to the ships and I holler to everyone.
And there's also there's a bell up in the crow's nest that's used for the signal bell, alarm bell.
Nah, I don't know what that is. I yell down then.
What is this contraption?
Okay, what are you gonna yell, Grogil?
Ships ahoy! Not chips ahoy. Ships
ahoy.
Yeah. Cookies.
Um,
And I point, and then I start getting down.
Grogil starts crawling down, and you guys hear Grogil shouting, "Oh, ships ahoy! Ships ahoy! Ships on the horizon!" And you all begin to sort of to move around as the crew members begin to move around to sort of begin looking out towards the horizon. And indeed, you can see that the captain is now out on the quarter deck because of the commotion with a looking glass, and he sees, in fact, the same thing that Grogil pointed out: 2 ships on the horizon beginning to bear down on you.
Is anybody paying attention to the guy that's unconscious?
I am.
I am.
I'm up. I went up to him. I'm debating whether I want to give him a healing potion. I think can I just do some first aid on him? I mean, he's probably just internally. He's probably.
You can do a medicine check to try and stabilize him.
Is anybody but us paying attention to the body?
There's a couple soldiers that are sailors that are next to him, that are paying attention. The other sailors now are beginning, as soon as the captain yelled out the ships on the horizon, they begin to suddenly to fan out on the ship, preparing for something.
So Matt, I rolled a 17 on the medicine.
Oh, 17, okay. So you're able actually to stabilize him, but he's still unconscious at this point. Yeah.
All right.
How far off are the ships?
They're a good, looks like a good couple miles off.
And we're a merchant ship?
You're sailing as something like a merchant ship, yeah. Exactly.
Are the sails unfurled? Are our sails unfurled?
Yep. You guys are sailing along like normal, and you can see the ships are getting closer and closer to you.
And the captain is out. He's looking at this too.
Captain is out. Yeah, he's got the looking glass out, and he's
got a spyglass?
scanning the horizon. Yeah.
Can I ask the captain, who are these? Are these pirates? Or the...
Captain is silent. He's looking. He looks over you, Caroline. He looks back in his spyglass, and you see him suddenly go rather pale. And he shouts out,
to the crew. Eldian Navy! Eldian Navy! Prepare the flags! Prepare the flags! And then he shouts this out. The crew begins now to hoist up flags, communication flags, maritime flags, announcing that we are a cargo ship, and that we have nothing to do with anything military. And the captain is clearly concerned.
Aldian. That's the
It's the mainland, isn't it?
Yeah.
mainland that's at war with Theondir.
Exactly. It's the Eldian Navy, which is part of the Eldian Allegiance, which is from Felwyn's army.
So
Aren't we on the other side
yeah.
at the moment?
Matt, can you spell that Eldian?
Aldaen. Yep, Eldian.
Shut up.
Matt,
And sure enough, as the ships become closer, you are able to see that flying high are the regal flags of the Eldian Navy. So it doesn't need to look to be the Eldian Navy. The captain is getting more frantic. The crew is getting frantic. And at just that moment, you hear this.
Oh no.
Warning shots being fired from the two ships in your direction.
Matt, I run to the guy that's piloting the boat. I assume there's a.
Groggle's taking over.
Okay.
Over.
I got the wheel.
I tell him to steer it right into their ship. Straight for it.
The guy looks at you like, what are you doing? I'm the rudder man here. I know how to drive the ship. I take orders from the captain.
And he gets thrown overboard.
Yeah. Like, I tell him I'm only going to ask once more. Nicely.
I take orders from the captain alone, he says.
I pull up my Morning Star. I just pull
All right.
it out.
Okay, let's go ahead and roll some initiative here.
I didn't attack him. I just pulled it out.
Okay, you pull out. Okay. You pull out your Morning
me
Star.
and Trago are still
Yeah.
downstairs.
Matt, do me and Niv hear this? Obviously.
You guys hear this muffled.
So we don't
Okay.
hear any of the yelling about the ships or the dudes.
You hear a ton of
falling.
commotion up on the deck.
Okay.
You didn't hear the shouting of the Eldian Navy, but you hear commotion running around, people running around. And as Grogil, you pull out your Morning Star, you see a bunch of sailors now also pulling out daggers and knives and begin to run up to the quarterdeck to protect the captain, to protect Sallyward, the first mate, and to make sure that the rudderman can do his job and steer the vessel.
How far away am I from Groggle? I mean, I'm probably pretty close to where he is.
You're pretty close to where he is. Yeah, you're.
So, like,
maybe
can I turn
10
and say,
feet away.
Groggle, knock it off! Hold on. What are you doing?
The ships are getting closer and closer now.
Matt.
Getting closer to you guys.
Do you want to die?
Matt, I also want to do
That's not the
something.
way to do it.
Yeah, I
No,
want to do something.
we're gonna
too.
die if we don't do
Yeah.
something
Well,
crazy.
let's go ahead and roll initiative, and we can do initiative order for actions, so you guys can all make sure you get your action in an appropriate way.
18.
Someone who has a higher intelligence than me sees what we're gonna do here, right?
I know what I want to try and
Ramming
do.
speed.
All right.
What
What do we?
What
does
colors are we flying, by the way? Are we like?
Uh,
Are we? Do we know if they're like representing as a Theondir ship? Or-
You've put up a pennant of sort that shows that you're a cargo ship that has jurisdiction in different areas. So nothing at all associated with Theondir.
Okay.
Nothing associated with the island of Falondir. Nothing with Truhamn, where you came from. It's you, for all intents and purposes, you're simply a cargo ship, a merchant ship going between different areas, dropping
How-
off supplies.
Stumpy,
how
now
much-
is your time to shine.
How much?
Let's
do
go
I
ahead and get
know-
some initiative numbers here. What do we got here? Anything?
6.
6 for Groggle.
Thank God. Thank God.
20 or 20 25. Anyone up there?
I'm-
Bholen, you were
I had 18.
18.
I'm at 21.
I got it.
Whoa. 19 for Caroline.
Yep.
Trago is 21. Jen?
13.
13. Niv?
I'm at 14.
Okay. So Groggle is second last. Yeah. Okay, let's go ahead. Trago, go ahead and take an action.
Okay, so as soon as we heard all this commotion, I wanted to use it as a distraction to get into where the sailors were. Can I get to the sailors' quarters where they're sleeping?
You can't get to the sailors' quarters, and there's a row of doors, 3 on each side, that are locked at this point.
Because I'm assuming Nibbins is in there. I wanted to talk to him before we even did this, but can I, with the movement, can I unlock the door?
You'd have to try with your thieves' tools and have to try and pick the lock.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
12.
12. You're able to. Yeah, these are pretty simple locks, so a 12 will do it for you. You're able to crack open the first door. Yeah.
Can I go in and do I see anything inside? What do I see? Is
Quick
there
perception
anybody...
check.
Perception. Oh, this is gonna be bad. I'm using up my another natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay.
So-
There's a bunch of beds around there. There's a bunch of bags and supplies, typical crew stuff. You don't see anybody here. There's no one here. Apparently, all the crew is out on the deck at this point. They've been there since the morning. You don't notice anything too strange or out of the ordinary.
Okay.
10 would have done.
I guess I'll relock the door, close it, and I'll start heading back up as far as I can get for my turn.
Okay. And and as you start heading back, you hear the footsteps are getting heavier and heavier, and there's a lot of commotion on deck. And you hear another in the distance. 2 more warning shots fired. Caroline, what do you want to do?
How far am I from where Grogil is?
You're about 10 feet away from Grogil.
10 feet?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go up to him and say, dude, we've got to just slow it down. We got to play this out. Don't do anything crazy. If we do anything crazy, we're in trouble. We're in the middle of the water on a ship that has no weapons.
Do we know that?
Convince me
Like,
with
this ship
dice.
does not have any cannonballs. We're not
Is
outfitted
there
with
cannon?
cannons, right?
We have cannons on the ship.
There are, in fact, cannons on the ship.
Hidden cannons, probably.
Yes.
How do we?
She may
But
not
you
look
guys
like
at
much,
this
but
point
she's
don't
got
know
it
that.
when
I
it
shouldn't have
Okay.
said that. You don't
Right.
actually know that at this point. Sorry, I shouldn't have actually said that.
So
But
we're
I would
under
think the
the
getting ahead of
crew's
myself
manning
here.
them. Isn't the crew manning them?
Maybe. I mean,
Oh well, yeah.
Caroline, give me a persuasion roll for Grogil.
Come on, baby.
Good. That's good, right? That
Yeah, I
reaction?
got a 3.
Grogil doesn't care what you say. He looks at you, growls at you. End of your action. Bholen. You're up.
How far am I from Grogil?
You're kind of on the other side of the ship. You're
in the
pretty
bow.
far away.
And how far away are the ships at this point?
At this point, they're probably a mile and a half away. So
Okay,
obviously
so-
they're not. I mean, they're not getting anywhere close to their warning shots. They're just firing off, making a lot of noise.
But it's obvious that they're catching up to us.
Yeah, they're obviously
They're
heading
obviously-
straight for you.
Yeah, they're
Straight-
coming from the north.
And at this
I think.
point, I mean, you can see that they are also flying this large flag. It's a whitish flag with a blue cross on it. Is anyone proficient in? Yeah, Jen, you are proficient in maritime stuff. Are you up on deck at this point, Jen?
Yeah. If I hear cannon, I would have gone. And I assume the rest of the crew, everyone sort of comes out of the mess hall or wherever and goes up top.
Yeah. So Jen, give me a intelligence check with advantage because of your maritime experience.
Oh, nat 20 on the first one.
Wow.
Perfect. That's all.
Saving these, damn it.
That's all you need. So Jen, you immediately recognize this flag as what's called the X-ray flag. It's the flag that you fly when you're trying to communicate to another ship. Stop your intentions. Watch for signals. So very clearly an aggressive flag message sent to your ship. They want you to stand. They absolutely want you to stand down and prepare for boarding.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to the captain, and I'm sure he already knows this, but since I recognize it, I'm gonna go to the captain and tell him that.
Okay, yeah, you shout it out. to the captain.
I assume he knows that, but I'm just gonna say it.
Yeah, he kind of like looks at you and nods, like as you know, like who do you think I am? Of course I know that, but kind of also a recognition, you know, of a fellow sailor, like respect for your knowledge of maritime flags.
Sure.
Yeah, Niv.
Okay. There's a lot I want to do.
Wait, so do I not get to do anything?
Oh, sorry, I jumped over Bholen. I'm sorry, Bholen. Yeah, sorry, Bholen.
You still meditating, bro.
Yeah,
right.
nothing useful.
First Bholen, then Niv.
Can I walk or run up to the quarter deck?
30.
Where
Well,
else is, or-
I mean, you can run over there, but you're not gonna be able to do much else.
Okay.
That'll get you about. You can run over there, or you can.
Then
go
I
30
will
feet.
use my dash and go an extra 30 feet and just start running towards the group.
All right. So you get pretty close. You get pretty close to where the rest of the
And
group
then,
is.
yeah, I suppose I can't shout anything.
Sure, you can shout. Yeah.
I
go for
mean,
it.
I might want to shout, "We can't let them board." Like, they're very well could be looking for us. That's all.
Okay. Niv, you're up.
Okay, so I was down below decks. So when I heard that first 2 cannon shots, I'll run up to the deck. At that point, do I hear anything about the flags that are being flown on these other ships?
Yes, you do. You hear Jen shouting this out to the captain. Yeah.
Okay. So I know they're Eldian ships.
Yes.
Do I know anything about, like, Eldian nobles or high-ranking Eldian ambassadors? Would they have any kind of flags for ships, you know, so that they could fly those to show how important they are sailing around?
Give me a history check.
23.
23. With a 23, I'll say yeah, you would have some sense of the maritime flags that royalty would fly,
Okay.
or important people,
Can
ambassadors.
Can I cast Silent Image of a Eldian royalty flag going up our mast?
Nice.
I love it. Absolutely. Yeah.
Silent Image is range is 60 feet, which I'm assuming gets me up the mast, right?
Yep.
It's 10 minutes, and it says I create the image of an object, creature, or some other visible phenomenon no larger than a 15-foot cube. And
Beautiful.
I can use my action to cause it to move.
Waving brilliantly in the air. I love this.
Does that mean that someone is farther than 60 feet away? Can they see it?
It's
It
60
doesn't
feet from
say.
you then, right?
That's how far away from me I can cast it.
Yeah.
So I can make it appear and look like it's going up
I
the
see.
mast, like we're running a flag up.
But does it
just
have to
says-
be within people 60 feet away in their minds, or is it an image that people can see further away?
Well, it doesn't say. It says physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can pass through it. A creature that uses its action to examine the image can determine it is an illusion with a successful intelligence investigation check against my spell save DC.
Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna give it to you. It's a brilliant idea. Yeah, so we'll say that it's within 60 feet of you. You cast this spell, and suddenly this sort of magical aura glow comes off of you, and the flag of Eldian ambassadorship flies and begins to brilliantly wave in the wind.
And that is concentration. So
Yeah, 10
Yeah,
minutes.
I may say
They're really
something.
going to screw with us if they figure out it's fake.
I may yell something like, "This would be a good time for Bramblewood to show his face."
Perfect. All right. Sally Word. And Niv, are you down there? Yeah.
yeah, that's it.
Okay. So as this flag goes up, you see that these ships, they aren't firing any more warning shots, but they're still heading towards the ship to investigate or to to see what exactly is going on with this ship out here that's by itself. Strange that an ambassador ship is by itself out here without any sort of help, but they're cruising up to see what is going on. Things are strange. Sallyward's turn at this point turns to you, Grogil. And you see him reaching to his side also and putting his hand on something of a hilt and looks at you and intimidatingly tries to say, "Stand down."
I take one of my potions out of my pocket. I throw it on. I throw it.
gone.
I throw it.
All right, hold on. We'll get to you in a second because that's the end of Sallyward's turn there. We have Jen, and then the crew, and then Grogil, and then the captain. So Jen, you're up.
Well, I think we kind of did. I think it's fair to say we sort of did that.
You out of order there, yeah.
20.
Yeah. So the crew now also runs in and begins. Half of the crew begins to head to the front of the ship. The other half is frantically running around. But some of them that are running towards the back, about 5 or 6 of them, come up and begin to surround you, Grogil, pulling themselves out daggers and looking at Sallyward for the word. Waiting for a signal from Sallyward, and they're going to hold, all 5 of them are going to hold an action in case something happens. So you got Sallyward
I'm
as well.
standing right next to Grogil, so I'm there.
Grogil, it is your turn.
I pull out a potion, dump it on the floor, and jump in.
One of the black potions or the gray potions.
Yep.
Okay.
See ya.
Grogil pulls out a potion, dumps
Matt,
it on
Matt just realized he has to rewrite the whole campaign.
and you guys see now suddenly this puddle form on the wood. No light coming out of it, and Grogil jumps in, disappears, and the potion dries up. And Grogil is gone.
Eric, add in your character sheet.
Wow.
Tear that up.
Ching, ching, ching.
So as Grogil disappears,
We're all gonna die, and me and Matt will be the only ones playing.
the other crew members are sort of astounded by this, except for 2 drunk crew members who are like, "Oh, we saw that one before this morning." The captain's turn now. He notices this happening. He notices the crew running around, and he begins to bark orders to the crew to stand down, to lower tensions, and prepare to meet the ships, prepare to be boarded. And he's trying to calm the crew so that nothing would happen that would happen to make the crew or the other ships nervous and fire on you. And as you guys are sitting there, as the captain finished saying this, the grates on the ship leading to the decks below, you look through one of the grates and you smell this incredibly noxious, nauseating smell coming out of one of the grates.
Fermi-Fish.
And you look down through the grate and you catch just for a second a bit of sunlight as one of the gun ports opens up. And you see the sunlight pouring in, and there you see his face, Nibbins, preparing to fire a cannon.
It's just
Nice.
Let's take a break and go pee there.
My God.
Oh, God.
You're gonna get in a fight without fucking Eric now.
All right, guys, we can pick it up again here. The captain had just shouted out for the crew to prepare to be calm and to prepare for boarding. And all of you, as the noxious smell of Fermi-Fish came up through the grate, you saw as the gun
port began to be opened on the side of the boat, revealing a secret chamber where there are some cannons. And Nibbins, who had been down in the apparently all day down in this cavern hiding out, has now prepared a cannon and preparing to shoot it out at the approaching ships, which are now within range. I want all of you to give me a perception check.
How long has it been for them to get that close?
Oh, Jesus.
It's been about 6 minutes, we'll say. So your illusion is still flying.
Yeah,
I got a 15, man.
I can time it right myself. It's so when it's close to being the 10 minutes, I want to make it. I want to make it look like we're pulling it down.
Okay.
And taking it off because I don't want it to just disappear.
Excellent.
While it's
I'll let you know when that happens. Yeah.
We're doing a perception. You said.
Perception check.
Matt, I got another nat 20 for a 22.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
3 nat 20s, and it's not going to happen when it really counts, though.
No, good luck with that. Here come the
Trigo,
ones.
you're back up on the top of the deck, right?
Maybe
I was making my way to the deck, but I don't know, depending on how far I would have gotten with our, because we were technically.
We lost him.
I think Chad froze.
And I'm back.
There he is. Okay. Well, we'll say that you're able to get to the deck during this all the commotion and get up on top.
Video
and-
still froze for me.
Yeah, me too.
You hear us, Trigo?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Like I'm moving. I don't.
Maybe the video will catch up with us.
Yeah.
You get up onto the top of the deck, and amidst all the commotion, the rest of you don't notice anything. But Trago, you're able, actually, in fact, to see off on the other side of the ship, the other horizon. You see a third ship off in the distance.
What?
That is coming over, heading directly to you as well. So now you have two ships coming from one side, and you have a third ship coming from the other side.
From the other side, so we're
From the
surrounded.
other side, yeah.
Oh boy.
It's a bit further away than the other ship, so you can't quite make out the details of the ship at this point. You can't see any flags. You can just see that there's another ship on the horizon coming up. Nibbins is preparing to fire the cannon. Let's run back to.
Do I know that Nibbins is preparing to fire? Did I see that?
Yeah.
You get up on the deck, and you haven't seen that yet.
Okay.
So Trago, it's your turn.
Let's
captain
aware of this.
I'm going to as I come up next to the captain, and I just say calmly, Captain, it seems we are being surrounded. There's a ship coming from the other direction. And as I walk past him, I walk up to Niv, and I ask, do you want to take the lead, or should I?
I'm going to let him do it because I might have to prepare some other stuff.
In
You
response.
want me to,
Oh, sorry, Trago, go ahead.
oh, like you, Dan, you're saying that you want me to take the lead?
Yeah.
He's still concentrating. He can't say anything.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can, but I can't cast anything.
Right.
else.
Yeah. Oh.
So,
Well, I'm
Okay.
talking
Well, any
about
concentration
I'm
stuff.
talking about the disguise thing. You want me to be Baron?
yeah.
That's why. Should I be the Baron?
Yeah, because I might have to be
Okay.
casting other stuff.
I make sure. How close is the ship now? Are they pretty close to us?
The third one of the two that are coming on the side.
The closest ones.
They're within range now of cannon range, so they're about 1,000 feet away at this point.
Okay, so they can't necessarily make out details on the ship.
Not necessarily, no.
I want
unless
to.
they have.
I just want to take my cloak off, put it so the blue, so it's like the
Yeah,
regal
right,
blue.
you're right.
Kind of
Yep.
like make myself as make sure my signet ring is on,
as regal
and,
as possible.
regal as possible.
So the captain, when you mention the other ship, he swings his gazing glass over, and you see this look come across his face, another look of somewhat horror, and he says, "Oh, I didn't think it could get any worse. Looks like we got pirates too.
Pirates would
Crew, prepare the guns." And you see a few crew members start to run down to the this is the secret chambers where the cannons are. Caroline, what do you want to do?
Well, the first thing I want to do is look at that thing that Sally Wharf gave me. Whatever he handed me something to give to Trago, and I want to look at it. I haven't looked at it yet. What is it?
Pull it open. Yeah, sure. So you pull the ribbon off, and you roll it open, and in fact, it looks like something of a map. It's a circular. It's a circular shape, and there's a sort of empty space in the middle coming up, and then there's some various details, streets and things like that, running through the map.
All right, so I'll roll back up and put it in whatever, like a pouch that I have or something, or underneath my breastplate.
Okay. Yep.
And can I still walk down to the captain?
Yeah, I'll allow you to walk over there. Yeah.
Okay.
Bholen.
Your background is a little bit on.
Prescient. Too on the nose. I'm gonna go down. Oh wait, I don't. Do I know about Nibbins? Do I? I mean, does Trago? Do you reiterate what you're seeing about Nibbins?
Well, I didn't see Nibbins. All I saw was pirate ships.
Yeah, he came up right when
so
before
nobody
Nibbins
has
was
seen
revealed.
what Nibbins would.
Stop saying it. Oh, it's so stupid. Oh, sorry.
But I saw the
The people that were up on deck originally looked down and wasn't somebody able to see Nibbins?
I'm gonna go to Sally Word.
4 of us up on deck saw him.
I'm gonna go to Sally Word and ask, like, what do you want us to do? Like, what can we do?
Sally Ward is looking extremely worried. I don't know. We've got pirates and we've got Elden allegiance. Get down to Nibbins though. We need to stop him before he does something stupid. We do not trust Nibbins at this point.
Well, what's happening with
points
Nibbins?
down through the grate, and you can see through the grate down below. You see the light shining on Nibbins as he's preparing to fire a cannon. You see this like flicker of flint as the flame begins to go as he's approaching the back of the cannon.
Okay, can I run down there? Make a beeline for him.
You can run downstairs. That's about all you're going to be able to do is run down to where you think the door to the secret door to the gun ports would be.
Well, actually, wait.
Because I'm standing there too, but I've already done my action. How big is the grate? How big are the spaces in the grate? Are they kind of?
It's about 2 feet by 2 feet.
The spaces between the.
Oh, sorry, the spaces between. No, it's like,
Would you say I'm 30?
Inches.
Like, if I look through the grate, is he 30 feet from me? Less than 30 feet, or within 30 feet?
Yeah, I'd say that.
Okay, I'm going to cast Thaumaturgy and make the flint, like, blow the wind like hard enough so the flint goes out.
Okay. Yep.
Like, I want to extinguish the cannon that Nibbins is trying to fire.
Yeah. You see that? Yeah. The little bit of material that he had, the cloth that he had, the char cloth. Or
no. Okay. Nope. That's good. I was gonna. Yeah. I don't think Thaumaturgy is as strong as I think it is. To knock Nibbins over.
No. But I mean, I'll say this: that he's able to actually. It's to blow out the flame that is in this charcoal cloth that he has, because he has flint that he starts a little flame on the charcoal cloth, so he kind of looks at that and has a little concern there. Niv, you're up. You're approaching 10 minutes now at this point. The ships are really getting close at this point, preparing to board.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to use my action to make it look like it's coming down. The flag.
Okay. Yep.
And then dismiss it.
Okay. Flag comes down off of the pole and sort of dissipates when it gets to the bottom.
And then how close am I to the grate with Nibbins?
No, you're about 30 feet as well.
Okay. Yeah. I already used my action, so I'll just go over to the grate.
Okay. If you want to shout anything, I'll let you say anything if you want.
was going to say listen to the captain, but the captain just said to get ready to fire the cannon, so that probably is not the best idea.
And he told us to stop Nibbin.
But we know that we can see he's pointing. He was going to light the cannons at the Eldian ships.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
And you see that the crew members are heading down into the gun ports on the other side, preparing to fire if the pirates get closer.
Yeah, so I'll yell to Nibbins, other side of the boat, you moron.
He looks up to the grate at you, turns back, pulls out his flintstone, starts lighting this again.
Damn it.
Jen, you're up.
I'm gonna basically try the same thing. So I'm yell through the grate. Port or starboard? What he's on the starboard side or the
He's on
port
the starboard
side?
side, yeah.
I yell at Nibbins, fire to port, something like that. Not to starboard, fire to port.
He also looks up at you and sort of laughs, giggles a bit to himself.
Oh, he's high on Fermi-Fish.
And you see him. And interestingly,
He's
Jen, you see him reach into his pocket, as if he's reaching for something, and a look of confusion comes across his face as he can't find the thing he's looking for. He looks in his other pocket, and he can't find it, what he's looking for, and he gets back to the cannon and strikes a flint again, trying to light this charcoal cloth.
I tried. Damn it.
Crew members now are running down. They open up the gun ports on the port side now, and they're preparing to fire if necessary against the pirates. A couple of the other crew members are trying to get in the other side to get Nibbins. The door's been jammed though, and they're trying to break their way through. It's taking some time there.
Nibbins jammed the door. That rascally rabbit.
And that brings us to Nibbins' turn.
Oh, great.
Nibbins has at this point, the charcoal cloth has started, and he sticks it up against the fuse. And you see him look back up at you guys through the grate. With this kind of like mischievous smile on his face, but also a bit of a sense of joy at a man who is finally getting revenge. He turns back and says, "Mother, this is for you." I'm gonna roll this out. I'm gonna roll this out.
I'm sure I killed someone.
We need a
Real name is Helianthus Jr.
Yeah.
all right.
Wasn't she a
um,
tiefling? No, it's a gnome.
Was she part gnomish?
No, she was humanoid, I thought.
He was a tiefling.
Nibbins.
Okay, so AC 15 on the ship. I get a +6 to this roll on a D20.
Plus
This
6.
is
Wait, like our own ship?
Yes.
shooting out at one of the ships on the Eldian Allegiance.
Oh.
So here we go. Here's the roll.
Oh, we're totally dead. Nat
23. All right, give me a second. I gotta show you how this looks.
Why would it? By the way, why would a pirate ship be coming at us if there's two warships also coming at us?
What?
You guys just don't listen. I told you.
What?
Me and Matt playing. He's gonna have to buy the planes book, but yeah, whatever.
Maybe we need to get the potions and throw them at the ship or something.
Throw them in the water.
The potions are with me. Oh wait, you're right.
No,
I
the
didn't take all
crate
of them.
of ship. The crate of potions.
Well, we have the box. I know where the box of potions is.
I mean, we can't fight it. We can't.
All right.
Like two warships against a merchant vessel, like we're gonna get annihilated.
And a pirate ship?
And if yeah.
So here we go, guys. Your ship is right here, and you're coming over. Nibbins is over here, firing off a shot, and he connects and hits this ship over here, causing a total of 8d10 damage.
8d10.
I'm just going to give the
crap.
average here. I'm going to say 44 damage. I won't even roll it out. I'll just give the average for this shot. 44 damage to that ship. So a massive cannonball goes through the Eldian Allegiance ship over here. And you see now that these ships
in response, their gun ports begin to fly open. Evasive maneuvers here. They're turning now to make sure that their gun ports are showing to the maximum amount. And you guys are now in the middle of a sea battle.
Boy.
Ship on the left side, on the port side, is now bearing down. It's still it's still about a mile away, so it's still out of range. But you guys are now suddenly in a battle. The captain shouts out to you guys, "Get down and help the crew! Get down and help the crew as best as you can. We need all the people down below. Stuffing cannons, firing off. Get downstairs!" He yells to all of you. The rest of the crew heads down. Gun ports fly open on your ship. One of the doors is jammed. But the crew is able to get the other 4 doors open, and there's a bunch of cannons down there. What do you guys want to do? If you're able to help the crew, they'll have advantage, a benefit on their shots. Otherwise, they're going to be left by themselves. Or you guys can do whatever you want at this point.
So I turn to the captain and I say, "We've got to turn." This is going to be ironic, but we've got to turn into them so they cut down to their angles. We can't outrun them. We can sneak between them. We can't stay where we are.
And Captain shouts out evasive maneuvers and begins. He begins to turn this way even more. I mean, he wants to get a couple shots off and head this direction, and try to take off the ship here as he heads off.
But the doorway or whatever to get to those cannons, that's still blocked by Nibbins?
Yep, the door that Nibbins is in is blocked, yeah. The other doors are open now, but the crew is preparing the cannons. They're shoving the wadding down in. They're getting the gunpowder in, getting cannonballs in, and preparing to with the flint to light the cannons.
Can I bonus action Misty Step down to Nibbins?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, you can.
Okay. So, because I can go 30 feet as a bonus action to an unoccupied space.
Yeah. Let me roll these other ships out too for initiative order, and we can actually do this in initiative order as well. Ooh, that was really bad. Okay, Trigo. Let's do Trigo first, Nib, before you have you. Trigo, is there anything you want to do?
Well,
now that we're officially in combat, naval combat. It's be interesting to run a naval.
My first thought was that I probably don't have my hand crossbow or my regular bow with me. I probably just have my daggers.
You left them in your room.
I know. Would we, like in this situation, would we have our full armament on? I don't even
probably
know.
Not. I mean, it's probably in your room.
Yeah, I would have obviously have a few daggers on me, but I don't know if I'd have my bow and my crossbow.
Right.
We're too far away. Like, they're too far away for.
Yeah. Like, how far out are we for bow range?
I mean, at this point, the ships are like, approximately like 400, 600 feet away.
Oh yeah, that's not going to do any deep.
So you're in short range for the cannons, at this point, but you're pretty far
way
away.
too long for. Okay, so I'm going to run down where they're banging on that door to get through to Nibbins.
You guys, you need to think. Get the solution. It's right there. The solution is there. No, I'm not kidding. Matt knows what I'm talking about. It's right there.
Have you been talking to Matt?
No.
Metagaming?
No.
So you want to run down, Trigo?
I know what you're thinking, and maybe it would work.
What?
Take over the ship and give it to the Eldians. Say this is a Theondir ship, and you can take it now. Blah blah blah. Or whatever. I know that's a solution, but I don't know how it would work that.
You were close to what I was thinking.
Sounds like a good way to get thrown in the brig.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah, then we're just gonna go.
Yeah.
You are about to die.
We could say that we're part of the Eldian military, but I'm gonna go down and ask the people that are trying to get through that door. Is it locked or is it barricaded?
It's both. It's locked and barricaded. Yeah. Nibbins had barricaded with something.
Okay, so I won't be able to just pick the lock then.
So you can try. You can try.
All right. I mean, that's all I can think of right now. I'm gonna try to pick the lock.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a roll there.
Dexterity roll.
Great. 11.
11. The door is you're able to pick the lock actually DC of 10 there, but there is something barricading it. You're not getting through. It's almost like there's this like resistant force. You don't feel like any wood or anything or sticks or anything. There's like a magical kind of resistance.
Shit. What do I?
This is freaking hilarious.
What do we do?
Like, I don't even know. Like,
Caroline,
can't
you're up.
attack anything. Yeah.
All right. So I turn to the captain and say, "Look, we need you to surrender these guys right now. There's no way.
I agree with you.
No way we can outrun them, outgun them, anything like that."
But do you think they're gonna accept the flag of truce if we raise the white flag? Are they gonna accept that if we're firing cannons at them?
We can. Well, we got to get to
blew a
Niven.
hole in one of their
Stop
Is it
it.
worth a try? Is it worth a try?
It's the only way we're going to survive. I mean, we got these 2 warships on us. Not to mention whatever this 3rd ship is. I mean, we have to tell them that we have a crazy rogue, whatever. Can you do that in Pinafore? You know.
Can you signal him?
How do you spell
The captain
Nibbins?
turns to Cellyward and
Says, Dragonborn, I think you're wiser than the rest of us. All right, Sally, we're raise up the white flag. We'll see if that'll help. But we gotta get down there and quit.
We got to get into get to Nibbins. Is there any way? I suppose I can't shoot an arrow through the grate. It's the holes are too small.
You can try.
All right. I mean, why not?
Give me a
I
shot
just
with
did my action, I don't
disadvantage.
have to let me. Can I?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. I'll let you take a shot with disadvantage.
Disadvantage, all right. Yeah, okay, let's just say I didn't do it.
The arrow comes flying down, it flies off the metal, and bounces off the grate, unsuccessful. Bholen, you're up.
Oh my god, it's my turn? Oh crap.
You're on deck.
So what is the... Okay. What are we trying to do here? I mean... I'm running down to Nibbins, so the door's locked, right?
Yep. Now it's open. Actually, try to go ahead open
Door
it,
is
but
open.
it's
So
it's unlocked.
can I reach
behind it.
Nibbins?
it's unlocked. But there's some sort of force that's opposing it, a magical force of sorts.
Oh. Fuck. I mean... Can you guys hear my daughter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it like Unicorn Day or something?
There's a live event happening in Fortnite right now.
Oh my god.
Is this a Theondir Thunder situation here, or
I mean, that was another thought I had.
like I'm
Indoor
serious?
experiment.
Like, are we in like a no-win situation where it's like, well,
Once again,
Oh,
Eric's
God.
the smartest guy in the
Fire
game.
elemental on a ship?
Yeah, could you imagine? But he might get
or
a water
dragon,
elemental.
bro, or another dragon.
watermelon
and
You're in the middle of a
elemental.
ship.
destroy
Or,
everything.
or he could turn into a slug.
Right.
True.
Puddle of piss.
I dare you,
got-
Chad. I dare you.
We got screwed once, and we got an amazing result once. So
Here's the thing, though. I don't even think Trago knows that's what happened both times.
no,
He didn't see
he
drink.
he has an idea though. He's got.
Yeah, suspicious, but
I've given you hints.
yeah.
I'm probably with 40 virgins right now. Half orc virgins.
Dude, what are we missing, bro? Like, what are we missing?
I don't know. What are you guys missing?
Eric,
Maybe the ship
what
that's
is right
coming.
in front of our face we're not seeing?
I'm not with you guys. I'm sorry.
Maybe the 3rd ship that's coming is being sent to help us. I don't know.
For us?
Also, I have a 7 intelligence. Like,
And also, we could jump down the hole.
What hole? We don't know.
The one that Eric.
No, it
It's gone.
evaporated.
No, it's gone.
Oh, it
It's already
evaporated
gone.
up.
Oh,
It's the
evaporated?
portal's gone. Yeah, it's gone now. And Grogil had the potions on him that in his pocket, so he's
And
got
Only
two
I
more.
I'm pretty
Where
much
he
done
got
for
these
the day because
potions.
Matt wasn't planning on that. I can't imagine.
I wasn't planning on that. No.
Nobody was planning that. So nobody expects a Spanish Inquisition.
Quit being smarty pants.
I love
All
that
right,
show.
Bholen, the
It's
ships
great.
are preparing to fire
I don't-
on the other side. What do you want
You
to
got
do?
to do Theondir Thunder, guys. That's the fun.
Because
It's just a game.
is the white flag up?
Yeah, is the surrender
They're
flag?
starting to raise it up,
Surrender-
yeah.
Maybe okay. I'm gonna hold my action.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold my action until like they either board the ship or they continue to fire or
Yeah, but we gotta
Or
get in.
I'll hurt-
You gotta stop Nibbins.
I can't get through. How do we get through the door? It's magically
Don't you have
sealed.
like a spell
Well,
or
there's a
something?
bunch of guys down
Well,
there. I'm
tomorrow
hoping
I will
together
if
they
I
can
prepare
push.
that spell, but
Right,
I
there's a couple guys like.
I didn't prepare dispel magic this morning.
Oh, the
there's a
Vikings
couple-
tied it up.
Yeah, it's overtime.
Matt, there's a couple of sailors down there trying to get through the door now, right?
Yeah, and unsuccessfully
maybe-
as well.
But
Maybe
it's
they'll be able to
magic.
push through it now that it's actually
Because
locked.
that's access to all of the cannons on that side. Is this one?
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
one
is
door?
there?
So,
There's
Right.
no other
Sounds
way I
like-
could possibly go to get around.
You can't get in that room where Nibbins is, no.
You have any
Unless
dynamite?
you go through the top or...
Yes,
in
I
some
have
way.
plenty of dynamite. Like I have plenty of things I could do to try to blow up the ship. But
I mean, I do
Our
have a
ship.
dynamite.
that doesn't help us.
Dynamite.
You have charges from the mine
I
you went
don't.
down in, right? No,
I
you don't
don't.
have any of those.
Trago has those.
Trago.
Trigo
does.
has a bunch of charges.
I have one
In
charge.
hindsight, I should have left a potion back.
I mean,
And-
I'll just
and-
shoot a sacred flame at the door and see if it explodes.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'll shoot sacred flame at the door. Does it?
Okay. You hit the door that has been unlocked. It doesn't seem like the door goes through the magical field there, but the door does start to burn, as
Wait,
does the
what?
wood around it.
So the door is not magically sealed. There's just a field behind it preventing it from being opened.
Correct.
Is it green?
Okay, so I just shot a door and it just started on fire now.
Behind which is tons of fucking black powder.
So the door is now on fire, and the room on the outside of the ship is starting to burn.
Oh, I didn't think of that.
Do you have
Uh,
the create water spell?
Yeah, I do.
I took
do.
I took that with Tim's one shot, and I didn't use it. It was
I
great.
do have it prepared actually. 'cause we're on the boat.
Sally Ward's turn as Bholen finishes his turn there. Sally Ward is now raising the white flag up as the captain commanded, and he gets the white flag to the top, and it catches the wind. And Sally Ward returns to the captain after that. Jen, you're up.
What was that Paul was talking about? Pinafore?
The signal with the flags.
Signals.
Okay, is that something, as a nautical person, is that something that exists and that I could do to communicate a more complicated message?
I mean, there's different flag possibilities that you could also try to raise if you are if you're interested. For example, there's a flag that let's see. Oh boy, yes, there's a flag that has a blue stripe and a white stripe and a blue stripe underneath. It's called the Juliet flag. And when you raise that flag, it sends the message. And I'm reading this literally from Maritime Flag information. On fire, have dangerous cargo, keep clear.
Is it possible to raise more than one flag? Because we just
Absolutely.
really.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean you can raise a string of different flags if you want to send like multiple messages at once.
Oh
yeah.
my God, that's fantastic! Let's do that.
So underneath the surrender flag, you want to raise the Juliet flag, or
Why
is there
not?
another flag you want to raise? I mean, you can essentially say whatever you want. What do you want to say to the ships?
We're crazy.
Rogue sailor.
Yeah, I want beef stroganoff.
Something about. I mean, it's not going to be possible to say that. Whoops! We fired at you.
Our bad.
Is there
More
a
like-
whoops flag?
More like there's a more important
Control
enemy
Z.
to turn against the pirates. Like somehow to get them to focus on the pirates instead of us. I don't know. The Juliet flag seems like a pretty good option at this
I like
point.
that one. As long as we have it.
That's a good idea.
The second way out of this has presented itself, and you idiots still don't see it.
All right.
Well,
so you
next
wanna
time,
raise-
Eric, you be the smart character. not
you
the
wanna
dumb
raise
one.
the-
Well,
yeah.
maybe
Right,
next
exactly.
time.
So Jen, do you want to raise the Juliet flag then, or the Control Z flag?
I mean, geez, if we raise that flag, they're just gonna fire on us. Because
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not. Maybe not. What choice
all
do we
right,
have? We have no
why
other
not?
choice.
Let's try it. Juliet flag. I love it. I love that exists. So let's do it.
It's a real maritime flag. So
Don't
you
they
raise
know what
up.
it means?
You run over to the box containing all the different flags, and you because of your knowledge, you're immediately able to recognize the Juliet flag with the blue, white, blue stripe. You raise it up on the flagpole underneath the surrender flag, warning the ships you have dangerous cargo. You're on fire to keep clear. Okay. The crew is down below, and they are preparing the cannons on the left side. Still unable to get in through the door on the right side, but they are preparing the cannons on the left as the other ship now on the port side is getting closer, soon within range. They're holding their fire now with loaded cannons. They've got 4 loaded cannons holding their fire. Grogil's gone. Ship 1.
Do I not get to go?
Dang, Groggle doesn't even get a turn.
Oh,
He's
Niv,
just
did I
gone.
skip you? I did skip you. Sorry, Niv, let's throw you in here. Sorry about that.
Because I'm still up at the grate looking down at Nivens.
Yeah.
Can I, as a bonus action, cast Misty Step and teleport down next to Nivens? See within 30 feet?
Yeah, he is. Doesn't it? Misty Step would allow you to get through tight spaces.
It just says to
Anywhere
an
you can see.
unoccupied. What did it do? Bonus action, briefly surrounded by silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see.
Okay. Yeah, I'll give it to you. Yeah.
Okay.
You see, as you look down, you see Nivens. You see him moving over to a second cannon, and beginning to light it with his flintstone.
Okay, I want to teleport right next to him.
Okay.
We're all thinking it. I was going to say it.
How big is the port where the cannon sticks out?
Yappa dabba doo.
Does
Let's
Nibbins fit through it?
Nibbins could fit through it. Yeah, you'd have to back the cannon up though, because the guns have now moved out of the hole.
There's
My
not an
time. And Sea of
the one
Thieves is
the one he just shot though would be back
It would
out
have
of the
pulled
hole,
back.
right?
Yeah, it would have pulled back. Yeah.
Okay, can I pick Nibbins up and throw him out that window?
Well, you had your action already when you did your Misty Step, right?
It's a bonus
That
action.
was his
Bonus
bonus
action. Oh. Oh. Yeah. You want to try to throw him?
I want to throw him out that porthole.
Aren't you the size of a small anteater?
Grab him.
No, that's me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm a human.
Give me a dexterity roll, and we're gonna say this: he's struggling. Before you roll it, he's struggling quite a bit when you pick him up. So let's set the DC rather high on this because it's a small hole and he's struggling, and you got to be able to
Ew.
toss him. So let's
Gnome toss.
let's go ahead and set this on a 13.
Swedish dudes just don't get it.
I am going to use a luck point on that one.
Okay.
Can I use another luck point?
I think so.
I would think luck would be a once per turn or once per day thing.
That's a good question. Let me check that real quick first, because this is a
it
rather
just says I
important
have
roll.
3.
This is rather important.
And it'd be
It says you can
I think
choose.
you'd be
You
at
have
least
3
be able to
luck
kind of
points.
Bump him out of the way.
Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it. It just says you have 3. Whenever you
Is
make
he
an
drunk
attack,
too?
an
Does-
ability,
can
or a
he
saving throw,
advantage?
you can spend 1 to roll additional d20.
All right. Well,
Oh.
go for it. I'll let you use another one then.
Oops, fell off the table. Hey, get out of here, dog. Oh, 21.
Oh, nice.
third time's a charm.
You pick up Nivens and you are able to.
Well, and right before I throw him out the window, I want to say Sherez would be so disappointed, and then throw him out the window.
Who's
Who would be
Sherez?
disappointed?
I
I
murdered
remember
him.
the name.
As you
That's
throw
the
him out the
picture
hole.
of the old lady whom I'm
Oh,
making.
yeah,
This
yeah,
is
And
yeah.
Heather.
Yeah.
shout. You say that Sherez would be so disappointed, and you toss him out the window. You hear him shouting as he flies off the hole, "Mother!" Hits the water below.
Okay, and that's my action, so I can't try and open the door, correct?
Correct. That was your action.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what? Who was she?
That was when I knocked him out in the basement. He had a picture of an older
Yeah.
lady named Sherez.
Oh.
So I'm assuming it was his mother. I don't know. I just wanted to be mean to him.
Nicely done.
So you knock him out. The ships now have the option now to how are they going to respond to this? They see the white flag go up. They see the Juliet flag go up, and you see the ships pause for a second. They're not firing on your ship at the moment, and you see them now begin to hoist down smaller boats to try and board you that way, keeping their distance from the other boat. And as they do that, the captain now is shouting to the crew to once again to back off, to back down, not to fire. Hold your fire, he's yelling to the crew. Hold your fire. Hold your fire. And at just that moment, you hear a
Oh, Myers.
from the ship on the port side, which is now within range.
The
of you
third
guys.
ship?
The third
Pirate
ship off
ship.
the port side.
Okay.
And this cannonball also comes crashing into your ship now. First shot you're taking. And we'll also just say, for the sake of brevity here, 44 points of damage. Crashing through the top, breaking off a large part of the quarter deck where the captain is standing. Some of the crew now falling down. A large gaping hole, actually, down where Nivens is standing. Nivens, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Do you mean
Sorry,
Niv
Niv,
or
just
Niv?
floats away.
Niv, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Nivens.
That's his new
7.
name. 7?
7.
Says no more luck.
Nivens. Love it.
Niv, you take 9 points of damage from the shrapnel from all of the wood as it bursts around you. And the rest of you guys, you turn now and you can see the pirate ship bearing down on you, coming within range, within 600 feet of you. And you can see now, as you look off to your left, like I said, it's within range of you. Through the flash of fire and smoke, you see a crew of great numbers. This is a huge ship, apparently a lot larger than the ship that you're on. A majestic ship built for long journeys. The captain of the ship, you can see him now standing proudly on the quarter deck alongside the mizzen mast, holding high in the air a silver sword. His brilliant orange hair is blowing about in the wind as he barks out his orders to the crew. And there, scrolled across the hull of the ship in brilliant white letters, a name that you all know too. The Willow Weeper.
Oh.
That's where we will end for the evening.
No, wait a minute. What's the Willow Weeper?
Yeah, I don't know
That's
what
the
the Willow
ship.
Weeper is.
That's the Captain Grogil tried to murk when you guys were when they were coming to
First
Theondir.
episode.
Captain
Right.
Barnard, right?
But we don't.
Barnard,
We
and
don't
he tossed him with gold and he ignored it.